Well, welcome back. The balancing act, and some people may want to ask as it relates to physical activity, but why balance? And balance is kind of a fitness technique that is used to get people, I guess, centered in the right way. Joining us is my old friend. We're from the same hometown, and yeah, Nettie, homeboy, and we grew up literally, I guess, 8 blocks from each other. We're both from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, we are.
And you were from a neighborhood called College Court.
Yes.
and I was on the rough side, Smoketown.
Smoketown. Stay away from there.
Preston Street.
Now.
Right. Yeah. And you came here. I remember when you came here, and you have just emerged into a fitness guru. You know, we're just so proud of you, Nettie.
Oh, thank you, and I'm so proud of you too, Steve. You know, you're the talk at home. Yes, you are. You made it, and we're so proud of you.
All right. So what you got this morning?
Well, we're going to talk about balance today because balance is one of those things that it's a fitness component that we often overlook. Yes?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so, I mean, lots of the fancy equipment that you see in the gyms and studios like mine are designed to increase balance while working on the core. So we're going to do that today. And some of the benefits is, first off, is the neuromuscular coordination. That is the communication that the brain gives to the muscles. Balance causes that. It increases it. It helps also with muscle isolation.
I was going to ask you about that because, like a lot of times, if you get into isometric exercises, you're focused on a particular muscle group.
That's right. Right. And so with balance, when you add balance to the equation, it prevents you from cheating, if you will, when you're working on isolated muscle group.
And what you're saying
is holding everything else stable while you work that particular muscle group.
And so often people will say, feel the burn, feel the pain.
Right. Feel it. So you can't cheat. All right. It also helps with hip and core stabilization. Okay, so that's why you sweat a lot more while you're doing balancing exercises or exercises that cause you to have to balance while you're doing those core stability exercises.
All right, so you brought some folks with us, and you're going to have them run through their paces here, right?
Yes, we're going to start with some basic balance exercises. Eric is going to stand tall, and if you're at home, you want to do these with us, get up out of that bed and just stand on the side of the bed. If you want to make it more difficult, you can add a pillow underneath your feet, stand on the pillow.
Get those mats out, folks.
That's it. So he's just going to shift the weight from one side to the other and lift the opposite leg, just like he's doing now. Now, that might look a little easy, but it is not that easy. You're going to hold that for about 30 seconds and then reverse it. Shamir's going to do similar to the same thing, except she's going to take that leg, that foot behind her, which gives it a different dynamic, all right? And then she's going to hold that for about 30 seconds, and then you'll reverse it. Now, let's move on. We're going to perform some isolated exercises now, and this is going to engage that core a little bit more. So Eric is going to perform a leg raise just like he was at first, but he's going to also do bicep curls, those isolated movements that we were just talking about. And Shamia is going to take that leg behind her, but she's going to do a ball exchange, exchanging that ball from one hand to the other.
And what you're doing is you're simultaneously working 2 muscle groups, because while he's up on one foot, obviously the calf is going to feel some of it, as well as the biceps.
That's exactly right, as well as the core, because it's the core that's causing him to balance while doing these exercises. Okay, let's move on. Now we're going to take it down to the floor, kind of, sort of. Shamia's going to get the resistor ball. And so if you've ever sat on one of these, you know that it, number one, increases your posture. Number two, it causes you to have to balance just to stay on top of the ball. Yes?
Wow.
Because you don't have any armrest or anything and back in order to stabilize you and keep you in place.
And the other thing is concentration.
Yes, that neuromuscular, right? From the brain to the muscles, right? So she's going to do some isolated abdominal exercises on the ball. As you can see, it requires balance and strength in order to do this. And Eric is going to go into what we call a spinal balance on all fours, just lifting the opposite arm and leg, reversing and repeating.
Well, and again, it's the isos where he's working the calves, he's working similar muscle groups.
Right, that's exactly right. And you know, vision is a huge part of balance. We use our balance every day while we're walking, while we're standing. You and I are using balance right now just to stand tall. And so if you close your eyes while doing some of these, it takes you to a whole nother level of balance. And so I'm asking them to close their eyes right now, and they're feeling things that you have no idea.
Nettie, always great seeing you. Congratulations on your success, and I'm sure you, like me and so many other University of Louisville fans, were glad to see the Cards in the ACC.
Right. Go Red.
Well,